we're in my second favorite place on the planet right now, and that is my garage. And one of the things that I'm not happy with in this garage is, well, that. So we're gonna do something about that today. So if you've been following on social media, especially last year, you guys know that I'm in my new home that we purchased technically September of 18, but that was a dirt lot at the time. And then it was built and it finished construction February 17th of 2019. So we haven't even been in this place a full year yet. But one of the problems is, if you've ever dealt with a new home built, they don't necessarily use the best stuff when they do things like, say, garage door openers. They give you one that works. You push a button and it sounds like a freaking Sherman tank going and here, let me demonstrate. It is like the smallest garage door opener I've ever seen. And yeah, I know the lift spring is doing all of the assist on weight lift and stuff like that, but here's the other problem. The range on this really sucks. There's no real light coming off of this. I mean, this light bulb that's in here is an LED that I screwed in there, but it's still not bright enough. And even though I have LED lights in here, these are LED fluorescent tubes. So they're fluorescent tubes. They look like fluorescent tubes with their LEDs on the inside. Chamberlain reached out to us and was like, hey, you want to do something with garage doors? And normally I just would have been like, my channel's not about that. But you guys know I'm a car guy. Obviously I've got one sitting right here. I've got Nizzy sitting outside. The Chamberlain units that we're gonna be putting in here, and we'll do kind of a full overview after they're installed, because the professional's coming to install them, two of them, one on the other side, because there's no door over there at all, which is kind of sucky because that's the side the girls use to bring their bikes and stuff out. Because normally Nizzy's parked right here. But anyway, the Chamberlain that we're having installed, it's specifically designed for giving off a ton of light. It's got LED lights that shine all around it that are gonna add more light to this space. So by me putting one right here, and as well as me putting one over here, I'm now gonna have these two lights that are already mounted on the ceiling, and then two more on these garage door openers that are bouncing light off the ceiling, off the walls in every direction, because it kind of blasts out light in all directions. But it's kind of nice because not only do they have those bright lights, but they also are smart. They have an app that you can control them. It's kind of funny. Twice in the last week, my wife sends me a text message, hey, you left the garage door open. Like, I would leave and go to work and just forget to close the garage door. Last night we went to the gym, and we pulled back home, my garage door was sitting wide open because I forgot to close it again. So it's gonna have things like geofencing, which will automatically know when you're home. It can open it and close it. It can remind you like, hey, did you mean to leave the garage door open? What we're gonna do is we're gonna let the professional do his thing. We're gonna get some of this crap out of the way. Like, you know, what car guy wouldn't have track wheels and tires? By the way, Michelin Cup 2 and 0 spec. Everyone told me to try them. They suck. Car seat for Phil. Vacuum. Bike. Ladder. Random Borla exhaust. All right, so both my LiftMaster Elites are installed. I'll put a link in the description below where you guys can find out more about this particular model. Like I said, we did this specifically because of these lights. So the location's kind of perfect. It shines right here on one of my workbenches and my toolboxes. This one over here shines in kind of a dead zone where there were some parts of the garage which were always dark. I kind of feel like I need more lights over there, but I want to see how this looks at night first before I make that decision. Now, both of these are MyQ ready. So what that means is they also work with Amazon Key so that you can actually get secure packages delivered to your garage using the Amazon Key service. And I'm not going to talk much about the Amazon Key stuff because I'm not set up for that, but I just wanted to let you know that it is something that is supported by these particular units. And there's very strict guidelines, very strict security measures and all that stuff that go into the whole Amazon Key certified stuff. What we're gonna do right now is we are gonna come over here and we are going to start with the app before we look at the door controls, because that's what I said at the start of this video that I was missing here, was the smart functionality of this garage. Having the buttons on the wall, that's cool. There's a timer on there. There's These are battery backup, which is very nice. So if the power does go out, you still can raise and lower your garage door without having to do the manual pulling of the lever and rolling it up. So I've already set up my account for MyQ. I'm logging in right here. It's pretty simple. So we have garage door opener with Wi-Fi. That's the one we've got. Before you get started, tell it this is what you'll need. You'll need your opener, you'll need Wi-Fi, and your Wi-Fi password. Fortunately, I've got all of those. Choose the wall control that looks like yours. Yep, it's the top left one. It says go down to program, and then enter, and then go down to Wi-Fi setup. So that's MyQ Wi-Fi opener. Light to remote. Okay, so I'm assuming it's that one. Oh, Wi-Fi setup started. Okay, I heard a beep. Next. You should have heard a beep. I did. Now we have to connect it to my Wi-Fi. You can't see this part. All right, so now what it's done is it's now connected to the garage door opener. Now we have to tell the garage door opener what Wi-Fi we are on so that it can now connect to the Wi-Fi. All right, so MyQ device is now connecting to your network. This may take a minute. You will hear a series of beeps. Stay close to your device. I heard two more. Hey, let's name your garage door opener. Garage door. Saving garage door name, finish, you're all set. Your safety is important. When closing your garage door from the app, you will hear a series of loud beeps and then see a flashing light. Oh, that's in case like I'm sitting here doing a thing and suddenly like my wife from somewhere else like closes the door. Okay, it says the door is currently closed. What happens if I touch it? Whoa. I mean, are we surprised? That's what it's supposed to do, right? Now it tells you how long it's been open for. So that's kind of neat. So you'd be like, the garage door's been open all day. No, it hasn't. It's been open for exactly 17 seconds. And then I can push that again and make it close. See, that's the warning. There it goes. Dang, it really warns you like that things are closing. That way, if I'm sitting here working on the car and it's got like half out the garage and that goes, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Probably push a button or something on it. One of the other things that's really nice about this garage door too, my old house, not so much this one, but there's nothing above this here. The garage sticks out from the front of the house. My old house, the master bedroom was right above the garage door. And the garage door opener I had in the previous house, like if you pushed it, it was just like, and it would start going. So I had like this just instant all torque applied to the motor, and it was a chain drive, and it just caused, it sounded like an earthquake going off in the master bedroom. So what this one's got, which is kind of nice, and I'll show you here with the button, and Phil can stay on the door, is when you push the button, it's actually got a speed ramp. So it starts slow and speeds up. But watch when it goes down too. It kind of goes slowly. See how it just sort of pushes kind of gently? Okay, so I need to go through all that again and add a second door now. So I'm gonna hit the plus, garage door. So all the same stuff. I'm showing you guys this in real time because I want you to see how easy it is to actually set this stuff up. So now we're hooking up our second one. I'm gonna put in my Wi-Fi password, which I will never remember because like I said, it's complex. The boomer in me won't allow me to remember any more numbers and letters. So we should hear some beeps here, just like the other one. See, easy. Now obviously you need to make sure you have a strong Wi-Fi signal out in your garage. Fortunately, my Wi-Fi out here is pretty strong. This being a smart home does have wireless access points built into the ceilings throughout the home. So we've got a pretty strong wireless signal out here. If you've got a pretty, like if you've got like a one-story layout, or maybe like a ranch style house, it's kind of a wide one-story, and your garage is way in the end, you might need to install a repeater or an access point or something. That's a whole separate video, but obviously you're gonna need wireless out here in the garage. Anyway, it automatically named it garage door 2. Sweet. So here's a perfect example. You can see right here how it says the garage door, each door has been open for 22 minutes. Now the wind is starting to blow. We're starting to get some dirt to come in here. We've got a storm coming in. It's like, oh, I'm upstairs laying in bed and I forgot to close my doors. So I need to close my garage doors. And the cool thing is you can set up reminders and schedules. So if outside of the schedule, the door is open when it should normally be closed, let's say 11 at night, then it'll remind you. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that, hit that. Now they're both beeping because they're warning whoever may be in here like, hey, this place is gonna blow up, and exactly, no, I'm just kidding. It's gonna close the doors, and there they go. So that's pretty nice. And they're gonna keep beeping until it's done. I already demonstrated that once, but if I'm not down here, if I'm upstairs, I don't really care. So some of the ways people like access their home like after school and stuff, like I know I had a friend who, when he came home from school after high school, he would go in through the garage, you put a little keypad. Like he would dial it in a keypad that was on the wall, which actually these do come with them. They each came with one. In fact, the installer was telling me you can use one keypad to control both doors. The only reason we didn't install this is because they're actually instructed not to install these on stucco. And these are stucco exteriors on my home. So we'll figure out where to mount this maybe later. And then this is a keypad remote, essentially. So all the instructions are here for setting it up. Each LiftMaster does come with two remote controls. So we got a total of 4. Number 1 is set to the big door. Number 2 is set to the small door, just like in real life. So if you're looking at it, that's the main door, that's the second door. And then you can even control a third device with those, whether it be like a gated community gate or something like that. You can add more sensors to this particular device if you wanted. There's also other LiftMaster and Chamberlain products that you can use that can tie into this app, which is also like the garage cameras. I do have a garage camera in here, but it's not one that ties into this app. But you have other security devices and stuff that you can plug into here, other sensors. So this one app can tell you what's happening in the garage, especially if you have like combustion appliances in here or natural gas appliances. It'd be neat because you can kind of keep an eye on what's going on with various sensors and stuff. So we're just using it for the garage lifts at this point, the door lifts, but that's something that is available here. Stepping aside from the app for a second here, we'll talk about the keypad. It's got different things it'll show on here. Like it'll show you the temperature that's in here. Like it's currently 82 Fahrenheit in the garage. The temperature is starting to cool off real quickly though, because there's a storm coming through, so it's dropping fast. It shows you battery percentage. As I said, there's battery backups in these. And so they charge off of the AC power directly from the wall. So they're fully charged now. When they were first put in, they were only about half charged. So we've already showed you how there's the keypad technically on that you can put on the outside. There is obviously the regular remote controls you would put in the visor in your car. There's the stuff on the wall, which we'll talk about more here in a second. But there's another feature to this that I'm extremely excited about. And that's the fact that I don't even have to have technically my phone or any of those buttons with me, because it does integrate with my watch. So for instance, if I go over here and I can go to my queue, I haven't set up the, what do they call it, a complication? Yeah, it's a really weird term. But anyway, if I set it up so I have a quick access to it, now I can just literally control my garage door from my watch. I bought this Apple Watch a long time ago just for fitness tracking and the seamless integration between that and iPhone. I now have a second favorite reason for having this thing. So that's pretty cool. If I want to open the other door, just scroll over, hit it twice, and then the main door will open up, and there it goes. So that's pretty sick. All right, but let's go ahead and come back to the key panel right here, because there's more that you can do here. So there's time to close, which is basically where you can kind of set a default time for the door to automatically close, custom. It's either 1, 5, 10 or custom. So light settings are gonna be like the lights on there. So automatically when you open the garage or close the garage, they're gonna stay on for 4.5 minutes. You can make it less if you want, but 4.5 minutes is the max. Now there's automatic light on here as well, which is entry sensor and motion sensor on. So this is the second thing I'm most excited about. I'm gonna go and close the doors and turn off this light. So we have our dog food out here for our dogs. My kids' bikes are out here, the tools are out here. Oftentimes I'm hearing, Dad, I need a screwdriver. Dad, I need it's in the garage, go get it. And it's always like, oh, it's dark and scary out there. Well, this is the light control for the garage right here, the one that was already here. But look, see, it's kind of dumb. Like when you turn it on, you've got to wait like 5 seconds and then you can turn it off. But these have motion sensors here. So occupancy and motion sensor. So if you're in the room and moving around, the lights will stay lit. Because remember, one of the selling points for this LiftMaster for me was the additional lighting I'm gonna get. But what's also really cool about this, and Phil, you have to hold really still. Okay, so we're gonna mimic, I told my kids to come out here and get the dog food, give it plenty of time to reset. And then when you open the door and walk out there, the light should turn on. Sick. So that's awesome. No more do you have to then like push the button and turn it on. They're gonna turn on and they'll turn off automatically after 4.5 minutes if there's no motion out here. So you can see just how much light these are giving off already compared to the overhead lights. So one of the nice things about MyQ2 is that you can go in here and you can set up device management. You could set up various notifications. So this is where you can set up like, okay, between certain times, don't send me a notification. Required duration. So I can even set up an alert that's like, hey, your garage door's been open for 2 hours. I'm one of those people that do not leave my garage door open when I'm not out here because it's easy to run up here, steal a bike or something and leave. So I could set it for if my garage door is open more than 10 minutes to send me an alert, hey, your garage door is open. So you can customize all this stuff. So if I go ahead and set that as save, so now we have that garage door open notification. You can quickly turn them on and off right here. So if I go ahead and open up garage door 1, yep, there it is. Alert occurred, garage door 1 just opened, and then I got it right here on my watch as well. So you can definitely keep an eye on the various things going on in your home with, well, it's like another form of security, I guess. It's, you know, security is just about knowing what's happening, not necessarily about keeping people out and stuff, but now you can easily drive up to your garage, have it locked or closed, or be like me, forget to close it all the time, and it can even warn you like, hey, you didn't close your garage because of location services and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, that is that. That's a huge thank you to Chamberlain for sending us these LiftMaster Elites, because the lighting is definitely is going to be an improvement for me. The quality of them, they're 3/4 horsepower lifts versus my 1/2 horsepower Genie. So this is definitely a step up. The battery backup's definitely nice. The range on these remotes are going to be, well, infinite, because as long as I'm connected to the internet, I've got range, right? So I've got the one in my car as a backup, but I doubt I'll ever use it, to be honest. I'll just use my watch. So once again, a huge thank you to Chamberlain for sending us both of these LiftMaster Elites to put into my garage here. And if you guys want to see more smart home integration stuff, I'm a huge tech nerd, not just computers. My home is, almost everything in this home is smart. I don't have any smart toilets yet, although that would come in handy because I have kids that don't like to flush the toilet, and sometimes I forget, and it makes for some really awkward discussions and arguments that take place in the house. But that's besides the point. I'm kind of getting off on a tangent. If you guys want to see more smart home integration stuff, make sure you comment down below and give a like to this video so that I know you guys want to see this sort of stuff. And as always, we will see you in the next one. Oh, I forgot to, yeah, there we go. Now I can go.